Welcome to Critical Thinking Ministry. Hope all is well with everyone. God is still on the throne and he still reigns. And that is something to be happy about. I was recently reading the book of Ecclesiastes and Solomon's perspective on this thing called life. Just a little backdrop. Many scholars say Solomon wrote this book maybe toward the latter years of his life when he was starting to reflect on all the highs and lows of his experiences. And I thought it would be fitting since pretty soon I am going to turn 54. I felt the need to kind of reflect upon my own life thus far and take a deeper dive into what I thought was true, but maybe really wasn't. I'm going to kind of freestyle a little bit. This is not going to be so rigid. Just going to reflect off the top of my head and create my own lists of things I thought were true as a young person. But now at 54, I know may not be the case. So let's go. Let's learn together. So here is my list of things I thought were either true in the way I believed or things I did that I later found out maybe wasn't as true as I thought or even beneficial. And this holds true both secularly and religiously. And my list is in no order of importance. It's just as it popped in my head. And so let's go. Let's see what's going on. I have at number 1, smoking candy cigarettes as a kid. Oh, wow. Oh boy, whoever thought this was okay should be ashamed of themselves. Wow, I remember that. Smoking candy cigarettes. I remember the ones just was kind of chalk and had the red tip. But boy, they advanced it. They created one that actually looked like a real cigarette, and you would blow it out and powder smoke would come out. And man, that was crazy. People thought that was okay. Number 2, along the same lines, smoking inside public buildings. Boy, dumb. That was crazy. Smoking inside buildings. As a matter of fact, I remember my doctor used to smoke. That's crazy. I saw an old advertisement for this hospital, and inside hospitals at some point, they used to distribute cigarettes to patients. So, boy, that's crazy. Oh, well, you live, you learn. Number 3, thinking the King James Version of the Bible was the original version. Oh, boy. Yeah, I tell you, when preachers would say in that preaching voice, "Turn with me in the King James Version of the Bible." And so as a kid and even as a young adult, I kind of thought that was the original version, so, until I started, doing my own study. But that's fine. I later found out King James, boy, he had some skeletons in the closet. That guy was weird. But this is the version that we have. One of them, I should say, but there are plenty others out there that are probably even better. So, no problem. Number 4, Egypt is not in Africa. Oh, boy. Oh, really? Oh, really? If that is the case, okay, neither is Miami in the United States then. Neither is New York. Oh, boy. Number 5, Charleston Heston playing Moses. Oh boy, that was crazy. Now that I know what I know, what a joke. Wow. At the time, I didn't know the definition of ham. I didn't understand all of that. So, yeah, that's crazy. Number 6. Let's see here. Number 6. Old school parents who said to their children, "Do as I say and not as I do." Boy, boy, boy. What a hypocrite. That is definitely not good parenting. You want to be an example to your children. Now, I know under certain circumstances, certain things are not appropriate for children, but you need to explain to them why and not just use that phrase. Number 7. Only the 66 books in the Protestant Bible are true. All other books not put in the Bible are false. Well, I used to think that, but now that I've done my research, just because it's not in the Bible doesn't mean it wasn't true. And also I'm learning once man puts his hands on things, it's no longer flawless. It's no longer necessarily inerrant. So 66 books that we have in the Protestant Bible. Now, the Catholic Bible has more, which I've read, and they're quite edifying. It just means that those are the books that we don't have, but it certainly does not mean they are not true, which is a false statement. They are some great books and shed light and expand on many of the things that we have. So go check them out, some of them. Number 8. Now, this one technically should be number 1, but oh well. What Jesus looked like doesn't matter. Now, that's the biggest lie in the history of Christendom. What Jesus looked like doesn't matter. What you're saying is imagery doesn't matter. Now, we know that's not true. Advertisers spend upwards of $8 million for a 30-second ad in the Super Bowl. And they do it because image matters. The visual matters. So, and obviously now that I understand the genealogy of Jesus, and now that I've studied other secular books, Jesus was definitely my complexion. Number 9. I hope I don't touch a nerve. Saved people who are obese but claim their body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. We have to do obviously better in this area. There was a report that said the most unhealthy segment in society is Black saved people. And this is from the Pew Report, which is a think tank out of Washington, D.C. And we all know there's an issue with that, obesity in the Black church. So we understand that. Number 10, tithing will make you rich. Boy, been there, done that. Newsflash, that doesn't work. But I will say giving, genuine giving is crucial to the work of the ministry. So give liberally. Give excitedly. Be of good cheer when you give. Giving to the work of the ministry is crucial. Number 11, name it and claim it. Again, been there, done that. I have a solution to all that. Why don't you just work hard and spend less than you make, and you'll be okay. Just work hard and spend less than you make. Number 12. This one, it took me a while to kind of find out on this one. If a person says, God told me to tell you, and if God hadn't told you first, I probably wouldn't listen. I'm just saying. If God hadn't told you first, I wouldn't probably listen. My experience is God tries to speak with you first, and then when you're having doubt or need confirmation, he'll bring someone else along to confirm what he's already told you. So, number 13. Wow. Let's see. If a ministry is coming on at 3 a.m. in the morning on BET, it's probably a scam. One of the things I've noticed, the later the ministry comes on, the worse the preaching. 2, 3 in the morning, oh boy. Don't fall for it. Number 14, if a ministry is selling miracle water, hate to break this to you, it's probably a scam. It's a scam. Number 15, if you are watching Benny Hinn, that's definitely a scam. Benny Hinn is a scam artist. Don't watch him. Don't watch anything he's associated with. Turn the TV immediately. Number 16, if the average member's income is $30,000, but the pastor drives a Bentley, it's a scam. It's a scam. Leave and don't come back. If the pastor asks for your social security number, it's a scam. Leave and don't come back. If the pastor asks you to trust God and make a large donation on your credit card, again, it's a scam. I beseech you, leave immediately. Number 19, getting professional help, mental help, is not a sin. Let me repeat that. Getting professional mental help is not a sin. I know we dealt with that in the past in our culture 50, 60 years ago. Mental health is part of your physical health. When Alzheimer's strikes you, it strikes the brain and then it strikes everything else. So get help. Get professional help. See a psychiatrist if need one, a psychologist, a therapist, but get help. Number 20, it's kind of in connection with this. Locking your schizophrenic relative in the basement or in their bedroom is not a form of treatment. I know a person personally, when I was a kid, this person's relative was locked in I shouldn't say locked, but they kept this person in the bedroom and I never came out. And she suffered from schizophrenia, I think. Number 21, drinking alcohol is not a sin. Getting drunk is. Now, obviously, I don't want to promote drinking, but let's not spook people either. Jesus drank alcohol. That's plain. Obviously, they condemned him for being a wine bibber, a drunkard. So, don't want you to drink, but if you do, don't get drunk. Gluttony is celebrated in the Black church. Well, I've already kind of touched on that. Obviously, obesity usually leads to high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, you probably have high cholesterol. And if you are obese and glutton, you probably are developing heart disease. Obviously, if you have heart disease, you can have a heart attack or a stroke, and so on and so on. So let's try to be healthy. A healthy saint is a happy saint and a productive saint. So let's do better. Number 23, the church should teach their congregation financial literacy. Absolutely. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, let's teach our congregants financial literacy. When you're not doing well, let's stop blaming Satan. Satan isn't really as concerned with us as we probably think he is. If you look at the news, what's going on, I think he has bigger fish to fry than you overspending. So let's have congressional financial literacy. We want all of our members to be informed. Number 24, if you are barely making it, stop going to so many church conferences. You need to start saving some money. Going to church conferences can be expensive. You have hotels, you have books, you have offerings, food. That adds up. And if you're barely making it, stop going to so many conferences and just watch the video. Number 25, I've noticed this. In most churches, the pastor's children are the most successful, and the other children are not really prepared. Let's stop that. I don't know. I feel like sometimes the pastor, not all, but I see quite a few, they want to hold the children back so their church can have good singers, good musicians, and they really don't encourage them to kind of go for their dreams. But I noticed their children always have the degrees, and their non-church children are not doing that well. So let's do better, pastors. Number 26, Christianity is not the white man's religion. This is our story. The Bible is our book, so let's claim it. And this is not anything I'm making up. The information's out there. Read the definition of the words. Boy, definitions, knowing the definitions is just powerful. So do some real research. Number 27, stop saying to your children when they turn 18, they're grown, because they're not. You are 38 yourself and still barely making it. So how do you expect an 18-year-old to do better? So stop saying that, please. Number 28. This was a saying that was popular way back in the day. And obviously, I think we know better, but it's worth saying. The old saying, children should be seen and not heard. That saying covered up a lot of family secrets and pain in the past. Boy, you really couldn't say anything when someone violated you. You were told to stay in a child's place. Allow our children a safe space. Allow them to speak their mind, obviously respectfully, but allow them to say what's on their heart. Number 29. This one, as a kid, being raised in a community that cared for one another, and when you got out of line as a kid, the community was allowed to discipline you. Boy, those were some fun times. It really was. The community wanted us to have fun, but they wanted us to be safe and respectful. And boy, when you got out of line, by the time you got home and from being scolded and spanked by your neighbors, oh boy, good times, great times. It fostered a sense of community. I absolutely loved it. Number 30, words matter. Be careful how you speak to your children. You can either speak life or you can speak death. Stop it. I was at the store just yesterday. A young mother said to her, had to have been maybe 5-year-old daughter, get the blank out of the car. Obviously, you know what the blank was. Wow, broke my heart. Sad. Number 31, honor the elderly. They have a beautiful story to tell. And they have been where you are going. Boy, honor them. I've had so many great elders in my life that, boy, I am who I am because of them. So to God be the glory for you. Number 32, give your best in raising your children. They didn't ask to come here. So let's do our best in raising our children. Let's give it 110%. So when we look in the mirror after it's all said and done, you can say, I did my best. Yes. And as a side note, I tell you, my mother is the best in the world. So, number 33. Speaking in tongues is beautiful and is valuable. But speaking in tongues doesn't make you better than your brother and sister. So just enjoy the conversation, enjoy what the Holy Spirit is saying to you, but don't look down on someone else because they don't speak in tongues. Number 34, staying in church all day doesn't make you better either. So, I want you to forsake not the assembling of yourselves, but, don't look down on somebody who goes to church at 11 and is home by 2 versus you are at church at 8 and you get home at 9 at night. So, doesn't make you better. You're probably worn out, for being honest. 35. Most American Christians are cultural Christians and not biblical Christians. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to get political. So, yeah. They're cultural, not biblical. Number 36. If a person is uncomfortable admitting Jesus had brown skin, then they probably are dealing with racial issues. Absolutely. Look at some of my other videos for clarification. And obviously, if you're a critical thinking ministry, you're already up on the subject matter. Number 37, everyone should agree with this. Black is truly beautiful. Yes, it is. God, it's beautiful. 38, being perfect in the Bible means complete, whole. It doesn't mean flawless. Yeah. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Number 39. This one is kind of funny. I thought about it as a minister now. I admit as a child for Halloween, I wore a devil's costume 3 years in a row. And boy, that was my favorite costume, next to Spider-Man. Oh, wow. I'm a minister now. My favorite costume was the devil. Go figure. Last for this list, saying the sinner's prayer may not mean you are truly saved if you don't bear fruit. I know that's going to surprise some people, but just saying the sinner's prayer doesn't necessarily mean you're saved. Have you ever seen someone like come over to this country and they become naturalized citizens and, or I don't know if I should say naturalized, or they become citizens. And during the process, they have to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And they pledge their loyalty to us. And then a year later, after opening up their corner store, they end up engaging in food stamp fraud. Well, those words that they stated as they were being sworn in as citizens were just that, words. And so if you're not bearing fruit, reciting the sinner's prayer, it's just words if you don't really mean it. And the mystery of it is only God knows who truly means it. So I can't say you are. I can't say you're not. So that's it for now. So enough with my spiritual ranting for the day. Let me know what you think. Send me a response. Tell me some of your things that you kind of thought were true as a kid, and now you're older, you're saying, well, maybe not. So until we meet again, remember, faith plus critical thinking will always lead you to truth. God bless you.